Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Here with me again today is Farshad, the CEO of Doubleview. How are you doing tonight, Farshad?
Hi, Michael. Good. Thank you for having me here. Hi, everyone.
Hello, hello. Everyone should be watching, right? Because they're probably all stuck at home right now anyways.
Yes.
So,
Yes. I had a long day, so I came home to work at home as well. Not a long, bad day. I believe I had a good day.
that's good. That's good. I mean, a lot of people were pretty doom and gloom with some of the market activity lately, but it's just a natural course of things, correct?
I don't call it doom and gloom. I call it a perfect, good scenario for our industry, for all in all, the whole industry. We needed this correction. It doesn't happen that the market goes to 500,000 or Dow goes to 50,000, 60,000. It has to have correction. That's very healthy, and predicted that back in November that we're going to see that, and I'm very pleased with that.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, it's not easy being the person saying things are going to go down. A lot of people think you're raining on their parade, but as you said, it's just a healthy part of things.
It is absolutely the healthy part of it. Just imagine you're staying by the shoreline and the water goes and comes back, and getting ready, you have to surf the wave. Otherwise, you're not going to get it.
That's a
And
good
you gotta be
analogy.
ready.
Yeah, I'd never heard that before. So then let's kind of talk about the PDAC conference a little bit. How did that go?
Uh, I was really surprised for many things. First of all, while I am in the airport in Vancouver, I'm flying to go out, I received a couple of really top good phone calls, and it was even urgent that they wanted to meet with me on Sunday. And I went there Sunday, had my meeting, and these are from big people. I believe that they can see basically the market is turning for commodities, gold, copper, silver, and he wanted to meet with me before I go even to the show. So I went there and met with him. Surprised, he was very receptive. The next day we met again with the same person, and I had several other meetings. I went to every one of them. They all went really well. When I went to the show, fortunately I didn't go for a long time because I was in a lot of meetings. And when I went to the show, I saw not very many people in there. I wasn't surprised because of the virus and the fear. And basically, when I go to the show, I don't go much into on the floor because I don't want to, just go around, and I like to get my meetings done. And that's the meeting time. It went really well for us.
That's good. So you started on a really positive note with that phone call before you even really got there. And then on top of that, you said productive pretty much the entire time.
Absolutely, yes. We were running out of time, last day, and we stayed one day longer just to meet with our friends, and we came back home. It was a very pleasant, good, productive meeting for us, and I believe I did more than what I went there to accomplish.
Okay, so you had like a set of goals that you went there to do, and you feel like you hit all those and went above them.
Exactly. Our company, normally I don't like to have a booth in there, and the reason is when you are at a booth, people come by and you're at the mercy of who is visiting you. While I'm there, I go to the floor and go to PDAC, and I pick and choose where to go and do my meetings. And you can tell without anything, I wasn't on the floor for a long time, and going basically to my meetings, back meetings.
Yeah, that makes sense. It probably keeps you a lot more versatile and mobile, being able to pick and choose things like that.
Exactly. It's way more productive. But of course, it's worthwhile if I have a booth and put someone in there to grab those kind of spectators that they want to meet with us. That's a good thing too.
Yeah, agreed. But then, so is there any other travel conferences on the horizon after, of course, all the current hubbub about the corona blows over?
Yes, the corona fever has two fever, corona
Yeah.
fever and the, fever after that. It's
Mhm.
going to go away, I believe. We've had it one or the other way, like any year we had influenza, and this is going to go away eventually. And I believe it was good. It was a good excuse to bring down to where it should be, and now it's a good reset, and the market has reset itself without really crashing it, and it's gonna rebound, and I see it really good. That was my prediction in November last year, and my prediction was the gold, copper, silver, and these commodities are going to be on demand. And I think I was right after today's speech that Donald Trump had. He said he's going to deal with China. He did. He has signed a deal. China is going to be on the road. They want to revamp their economy, and that's going to be the year for us.
Yep. So the stage is pretty much set now for a good commodity run, correct?
I think it's going to be a 10-year cycle.
Nice. Okay.
Because we missed a lot of cycles. That's why we're going to compensate for 2, 3 right here, 1 or 2. So it's between 6 to 10 years.
That sounds good to me. So then,
Yeah.
What's been going on with the results? We heard you have some updates about them, but it's going to be something you're going to kind of announce over time?
Okay. What we had announced, it was 52 meters of 1 gram per ton gold equivalent, which is remarkable. We announced that the whole was mineralized. We were in the deposit still. That was about 700 meters strike length, and the next one, which is coming, I'm still waiting for the assay results to come out. That's going to push it to another 200 to 300 meters. That makes this deposit to be hopefully crossing our fingers, 920 meters by about 650 meters, and now we're reaching out to a deeper portion of the project, and we will see what the results are going to be. We have in previous results that we have announced a couple of years ago, I've shown sections. I'd like the investor to go back to those sections and take a look at those sections and see what we have shown, and hopefully they can sort of look at that and say, oh, okay, this is what they're gonna see. And I hope that I can get that. The assays are at the lab, and hopefully we're going to get them soon. I'm anxiously waiting for that too.
Gotcha. Okay, that's really good then. So how would you say this compares to, say, other mines?
There are a number of things at the game and at the play. First of all, we have to take a look at the deposit type. The deposit type is porphyry, and the porphyries are several types, and you're talking normally about the volume. The grade is important, is very important, but the volume is much more important. On average, majority of the major mining companies are not going to be a major mining company unless they have a very good porphyry deposit somewhere in the world. All of them, they have it, because this is the most lucrative, sizable in dollar value of all deposits. Now, when you compare this with the others, you have to put in a combination of several things: the width, the length, the depth, and where the deposit starts. That's very crucial and important. You could have a deposit at 2,000 meters below the surface and nothing above it. It may not ever see the light of the day, even though the grade is really high. You may see a 0.2% copper at the surface, and it goes for 600 meters. That's going to be the most perfect deposit. Plus, of course, you have to have gold and silver attached to it. That's going to be so beautiful. At the current time, we have 650 meters by 720 meters at this time. it depends what we're going to get in the next results and how it's going to move us forward to a higher grade, or else then we can examine that. But at this time, for instance, deposits like neighboring deposits are 300 meters by 600 meters by 600 meters. They are in mining, where the footprint is 3 by 600 meters. Our footprint is drilled is 650 meters by 720, but undrilled is 200 by 2 kilometers. That's a very large system. Now, all we have to do is step by step drill and prove that we are in the mineralization. At some point, which could be any time, this thing is going to show in the world that what it can be. And for average investors, I hope average investors can understand that and see the magnitude of this deposit and look at it. And the moment they see it, we get recognition. The easiest way to examine sort of deposit like this on the back of a napkin when we come out in the news release, they should get the average grade of gold, average grade of what we announced, and look at the length and the width and the depth, and multiply them by each other, multiply it by the grade of, for instance, gold that we announced. Let's say if we announce 1 gram gold, for sake of security, you can divide it by 2 or divide it by whatever gold we announced in the past and multiply that by the volume, and you can see how many ounces were on the back of a napkin we're looking at. That shows the magnitude, that shows the, at this moment, a view of this deposit. That's really important. I believe this deposit has the footprint of perhaps largest porphyry deposit in BC. I'm saying that because I'm a certain believer of this project from the day first, and time will tell us.
Yeah, time will tell, but it does definitely sound promising from what you got so far. So, So then what's next? What's the next steps then?
We have several things on our way. Of course, like any other company, we're talking to major mining company. I've had deals and they're awaiting us to very, very significant people. As I told you, they phoned me to meet with them on Sunday at PDAC, and I'm waiting to see the results and go back to them. That's another one. Going back, drilling, increasing the volume, I believe it's very well justified. We're going anyhow for the final product.
Awesome. Perfect. That sounds great. Is there anything else you want to offer people before we sign off today?
Sure. They can go to Telegram. We made a group in there. It's called Doubleview. And they can go and type in there and get into, talking to each other, talking to the other people, exchange ideas, see what everyone says, and listen to our story. Got questions, ask. I'm going to be there. Not very often, because these days I'm really busy to working on this news release, getting boilerplate things done to be ready as soon as we receive the assets to send them out. Sounds good. Don't forget to join, and we got other videos up too talking about some of the previous stuff. Don't be afraid to get caught up. Ask any questions. Comments work too. Thank you, Farshad, for your time. You have a good evening. Thank you, Michael. Very nice meeting you, and talk to you later.